Okay, so today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a story time of sorts about a company named Favor and a friend of mine who works for said company. Okay, so if you have not heard of Favor, Favor is a delivery service. They deliver pretty much anything you can think of. Diet Coke from the store, cigarettes, pizza, anything, whatever, okay? And how it works is there's a base delivery fee of $2.10. You're required to tip a minimum of $2, and then any tip over that is up to you. So don't be cheap if you ever use Favor, for my friend. They don't get paid by the mile. They don't get paid if they have to wait. And unlike other delivery services where you might go online and enter your order, I want this, this, and this, not usually, always, your Favor driver has to put in your order for you. So if you order from Chick-fil-A, they might be able to go through the drive-thru and say, I just want a number one, no pickles, blah, 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 whatever. And if it's a Chick-fil-A, typically your order is very small in the amount, so your tip that driver would get would probably also typically be very small, unless the person's just super generous and was like, I'm lazy and I don't want to go to Chick-fil-A even though it's 1 mile down the road because it's cold and I don't want to put on sweatpants, so I'm gonna tip you $8, whatever. But on that note, the driver can't turn down too many of those small deliveries in order to try to get like the steakhouse down the street, because then their average percentage rating, star rating, acceptance rating will go down, and at a certain point then they could be put on administrative block or leave or whatever. So in this particular case, this particular night, my friend was driving for Favor, and okay, so 2 caveats to this. The good thing is, okay, you can work whenever you want. They have what's called on-call, which means you can just go in to Dallas anytime you want and drive for Favor. My friend does not live in Dallas, so it is quite a bit of a ways for them to go. So when they go, they like to go at prime peak hours of when people would be ordering lunch or dinner, especially if it's going to be like a weekend. That's awesome, because those are going to be the good hours, because people are going to be ordering food and they're going to be tipping. They also have scheduled time where you can say, I want to work from 6 to 8. And if you go on the schedule and people don't tip well, you're getting only Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell, and in an hour you get the base pay of $2.10 plus the $2 tips, and they're not tipping anything more than that. And FYI, the turnaround time on a call, typically at minimum you're doing 30 minutes. So you can only usually do about 2 calls per hour. So you're talking about maybe making $9 or on a busy night, maybe $17. You know, it just depends. But you're only doing about 2 calls. So anyway, on this weekend, they were having this really big blitz thing where they said, okay, if you can do X amount of calls between Friday and Sunday, we're gonna give you 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, whatever times, pay out. So my friend says, whoa, I gotta get in there and I've gotta make these calls because this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna make all this extra money because it's a blitz weekend and I can do that. I mean, even if I just work 2 days and make the minimum of 2 times, $18 an hour just for a couple days work, that'd be awesome. That's what my friend's thinking, right? So Friday night, busiest night of the week, 6 to 8 p.m. shift, busiest time for dinners, and guess what? it's going to be raining, which is great because who wants to go buy their own food in the rain? No one. Signs up for Dallas, one of the busiest Metroplex areas. Awesome. So, starts driving out there and it is craptastic on the freeway. Like wrecks everywhere, so slow. Gets into Dallas area at 6:10. Clocks in, 6:10. So now you're 10 minutes past your shift. So for that hour, you cannot get the minimum of $9. But who really cares? Because we're talking about prime time here. You're going to be making your tips. You're going to be making everything you need to make, right? Because this is open season. This is great. Well, what happens next? Tornado in her hometown where her children are, because she's at work now and her children are at home because it's Friday night. Where would they be? And they're old enough to be home alone, but not in a tornado. And no matter how fast she rushes back, she's going to have to deal with the craptastic traffic that she just dealt with driving there. So by the time she gets back, wait for it. Here's the good part. As she's getting back to where she started, which she gets penalized for because she was 10 minutes late, they give her a call in that area, which isn't even really considered Dallas. And her kids are like, hey, you know what? I'm fine now. The tornado warning's over. There was hail. It was really loud, but everything else is fine. So she takes the first call. She delivers it. Everything's good, whatever. Gets her second call. Here's where things get even weirder. The people want ice cream. Okay. So she goes into Braum's, which doesn't have a drive-thru. Whose Braum doesn't have a drive-thru? Goes into Braum's, gets the ice cream, thinks this is one of those people that just wants the ice cream and doesn't want to put on the clothes because it's pouring rain. There's been a tornado warning, thunderstorm warning, lightning strike warning, whatever. And so they just don't want to put on their clothes. So she's thinking, that's cool. I'm just going to pick up this ice cream and go drop it off. First off, the Braum's takes about 90 hours. And this was not like we employ people with disabilities and you guys are like, please, thank you. We appreciate you for your support. This is just like we're chatting behind the counter and we don't care that you're looking straight at us while we juice each lime for the limeade slower than you've ever seen someone juice a single lime for one limeade. And then you get in the car after getting their ice cream and realize that they are like 20 minutes away. Who orders ice cream in the pouring rain, in a storm, over 20 minutes away and doesn't think, I bet my ice cream's gonna melt? Am I the only one that thinks this? And now I know, okay, well, I mean, my friend knows. That tip's gonna stink. And guess what? Because you're 10 minutes late, they're not gonna pay you the minimum $9 an hour. So now you've driven all the way from your city to Dallas, from Dallas back to your city so that they can put you on their clock for calls that aren't even in the city they wanted you to be in to start with, just so you can get somebody who wants ice cream that's gonna melt so that they won't tip you while your kids are home in a tornado warning in a closet scared by themselves. Why? What? So that's my friend's favorite story for the week. If you have any questions about Favor, comment below and I'll make sure to ask her. If you have any questions about DoorDash, comment below. If you have any questions about Postmates, comment below. And I'll make sure to ask her. And I can give you a quick little preface about each if you want to know. DoorDash, quickly, you have to schedule yourself because if you want to run on your own time, it's very hard to find an area that's free. DoorDash is very easy in the sense that you don't have to go through all that like, hey, I want to order for someone else. You pretty much, it's ordered. You just go in and use their card. Postmates, also easy in the sense that you don't have to order for them. But Postmates is a nightmare in the sense that you probably won't get paid for 7 to 14 days or know exactly what you're gonna get paid for 7 to 14 days. Whereas with DoorDash and with Favor, you get paid like right away, or you at least know what you're gonna get paid right away. Anyway, comment below for other things that you might wanna know, and my friends can tell me and I can tell you. Story time over, out.